yeah. But it's the other issue is the concept of like having so much abundance and having so many women in your life that you're not hitting on, that they start hitting on you. It's just such a different frame to come from.
Well, it's the same thing in sales because, when we talk about like when you're a salesperson, the more attached you are, the prospect can feel that.
Yes.
They feel it in your tonality, they feel it in your body language, they feel it in the questions you're asking or not asking, and the less attached you are. Like you're not. It's not that you're not interested in doing business with them, but you're more like an expert. You're the trusted authority. You don't need their business because you've got lots of other clients. It's the same thing. You don't need the woman because you've got lots of other women around you. It's the same concept. So talk about Dan. He's been on your podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know much about him. I've just heard. And here's the thing. I wanted to ask you, like, how do you deal with, because, with the ball game I'm in, we train people how to sell more, right?
Yeah.
But you're dealing with, like, you're out there, like, you're training these men how to have higher status.
Yeah.
How do you deal with, like, maybe some of the women that are just like, oh, that Michael guy is horrible, or I hate that guy, or whatever. We don't get that. We're boring sales training company.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Shout out to my exes. I love all of you.
How do you deal with that?
So usually the funny thing is women love the program.
Really?
So women get to do my program for free.
Okay.
There's a lot of girls, a lot of women who participate.
Yeah.
It's really nuts. If you go up to like some of the biggest models in LA and you're like, yeah, I'm in Michael Sartain's MOA program, they're like, that's awesome. Like they're actually cool about
it. I love
that. Lindsay Palis, huge model. Okay. She hit me up the other day and I asked her to come on my podcast. She's like, I don't really want to talk about that stuff. Then I hit her up like months later and she goes, yeah, I'll come on your podcast. My ex-boyfriend watches your podcast. Now I want to come on.
Oh boy. Yeah.
So I really don't have a bunch of a problem with that.
That's
because
good.
But the thing that makes my dating program the dating section of my program different from any red pill or pickup content or any traditional dating stuff is men and women should be friends. You should friend zone every woman you can.
You're not just out there trying to like sleep with everybody you can. Because I think when I started reading like the pickup stuff when I got through my first divorce, it gave me a few good ideas, but I wasn't the guy that was like, oh, I just want to go out and sleep with a new person. Like every day. Like I'm like, ooh, that's gross. Like I want to be with the person that I want to be with.
Sure.
Like if I see like long term there, like I'm going to do that type of stuff or whatever. But when I saw your stuff, maybe I started following you maybe about a year and a half ago, and I actually bought your course.
Yeah.
Because I like just to buy courses. I'm always learning, man. And I went through it and I'm like, oh, this guy's like, he's not like that. He's just teaching you how to communicate. He's not saying like go sleep with everybody, but he's like, put men and women, and it's for women too, put the person you want in the friend zone, and this is kind of like the psychology behind it. And I'm like, I can get on board with that.
When you asked me at the beginning, there was one other thing I forgot to say, because I was talking about like mid-tier level of fame.
Yeah.
All of my guy friends meet their girlfriends through me. My CMO met his girlfriend at a photo shoot I threw.
Okay.
And now she works for us.
Yeah. Okay.
All of my guy, I'm talking about with no exception. All of my guy friends, they come to my events and they meet their girlfriends through me.
Yeah.
But all of my female friends meet their boyfriends through me also.
Yeah.
And half my friends get their jobs through me.
Yeah, because I can say to everybody out here, like, if you're watching the show and let's say that you're a lady out selling, you're like, oh, who's this dating guy? Like when I went through his course, like I was impressed because it wasn't talking about like go out and sleep with everybody. Here's how to manipulate.
There's absolutely no.
There's
we don't talk
no
about sex
manipulation
at all.
and I love that because there's just psychology about. Here's why women are rejecting you. Here's these are things you're saying this causes, and I can get on board with that. I love that stuff.
Most men are not attractive to most women. The average woman is not interested in the average man. The average man is interested in the average woman. So you're right. Don't be creepy. The best thing in the world for men is to not be creepy. The best thing in the world for women is for men to not be creepy.
Yeah.
That's it. And because I say that, that's why women love my course. They don't ever really have an issue.
Because I literally had a couple friends, back in those days where we had the huge house and stuff that I had a couple buddies that would live there. Not all of them.
Yeah.
And there was one that would sleep with any woman on earth, and I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Like you're just burning bridges so much because he would it was like 3 times a week, somebody different. Like each time, I'm like,
18 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy.
You're like literally burning all these. You're tearing up people's lives.
Yeah.
Like if you really like him, do that kind of stuff. But just don't be that guy.
Yeah, but the other issue is the concept of like having so much abundance and having so many women in your life that you're not hitting on, that they start hitting on you. It's just such a different frame to come from.
Well, it's the same thing in sales because when we talk about like when you're a salesperson, the more attached you are, the prospect can feel that.
Yes.
They feel it in your tonality, they feel it in your body language, they feel it in the questions you're asking or not asking, and the less attached you are. Like you're not. It's not that you're not interested in doing business with them, but which you're more like an expert. You're the trusted authority. You don't need their business because you've got lots of other clients. It's the same thing. You don't need the woman because you've got lots of other women around you. It's the same concept.
Well, consider this though. How easy is it to sell for Alex Hormozi? If you were like on Alex Hormozi, because of this brand that he's built. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like now that gets easier. So now it's the same thing. You as a man are building a brand through your social circle and the way you present yourself on Instagram. You want the quick and dirty. Number 1, fix your Instagram. Number 2, build a list of all the people you want to network with. Number 3, get as many open threads on DMs as you can. And number 4, show up to events with 6 female friends. That's it. That's the first 4 steps of my course. If you were able to do that, I have guys do just those first 4 steps, and they write me and they're like, all of a sudden random women are hitting me up. I don't understand what's going on. It's like, I just got invited to the Chamber of Commerce meeting. I don't understand. Why is this happening? Dude, I had one guy who's a part of the Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. He comes up to me and goes, my wife doesn't like your stuff, but I watch all your podcasts or whatever. It's like, and he invites me to this other event, and it's like you start to notice these things. You get invited to everything when you're able to do this. Your networking gets you anywhere,
and that's what I'm supposed to by that. Let's say you're a financial advisor and you want to, like what Michael's talking about. He's not just talking about it for like dating. Like you might be happily married and have 5 kids, but you're like, hey, how do I gain more clients? I'm a financial advisor. How can I throw events to get in more wealth? I mean, there's so many opportunities here for any industry you're in watching.
As the world becomes less IRL, meaning in real life, then the real IRL in real life events become better. You understand? Like they become more powerful. And here's the other funny thing is that now I took a photo the other day. It was me, Gregor Gallagher, Owen Cook, Justin Waller, and Dan Fleischman. And Ty Lopez. We took a photo together.
I actually saw that.
Yeah, we all took a photo together, and that happened because we were all in the same place at the same time. So the photo was cool, but the fact other people saw we were all in the same place at the same time, like the Avengers, was a cool
raises
thing.
your status.
Exactly, it raised my status. We sold units because Justin was in the picture with me. And the other thing is we talk about sales a lot in my course, mainly about funnels and brand. When I do sales, when I discuss sales with my clients, by the way, it's not one of the key things. When you come join the course, we don't talk about sales. When you get in the course, I teach you how to build a podcast. I teach you how to do a panel show. Teach you how to do man on the street videos. I teach you how to do reaction videos and prompts, like the Alex Hormozi style prompts. I teach guys how to do that. It's a secondary thing I teach. But when you build that brand, dating is a joke. Bro, when you have a brand like that and everyone's like, oh, girls like, oh, I know you from so-and-so. I was out at Encore Beach Club the other night and this really pretty girl was like standing next to me and she comes up to me. I was like, hey, do you live here? And she goes, no, but like, I've been to some of your events. And I'm like, you know who I am? I was like, yeah, she's just telling me all about myself. Dating from a girl telling you all about yourself compared to what most guys have to go through. And by the way, it's not, you don't even need 10,000 followers on Instagram to get to this point. But guys have a hard time with this. They have a hard time understanding this concept because of how status works. But again, now go back to the same thing. I had a conversation with Ryan Pineda. And Ryan was like, I was like, Ryan, do you ever jump on...
WealthCon.
I was like, Ryan, do you ever jump on calls with your closers? He goes, no, I never do. But whenever we're doing a conference, I'll go up and I'll just be like, dude, don't be a weirdo. Just fucking buy the product. Like, do it. He'll peer pressure people because he's Ryan Pineda. Like, of course you're going to do it. And so the same thing with me. My closers will call me to come on the call, and I'm like, I try to be cool with the guy. I was like, let's go through what your life looks like if you don't do this. And now let's go look through what your life looks. And while we're doing this, I'm showing him irrefutable visual evidence, like photos of all my clients doing this. And I'll do this whole thing because I'm trying to hit this pain point. But the thing is, like, you should see the look on their face. Because none of them expect me to jump on the call. But like, I love these clients so much, I'll jump on the call and they're like, wait, what? Michael's actually on the call? Why is that? You've probably done this too.
The guys will bring in stuff in. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, is this Jeremy Minor?
Is this really Jeremy?
I'm like, is this stunt double? What's going on?
No.
Hold on, are you going to give my guy an objection? Like, you tell him you want to sell more.
I got to do that. I'm stealing that.
Are you going to give my guy an objection? You tell him you want to sell more, but then you're going to give him an objection that you need to think about learning how to sell more? And they're like, no, I would never do that. No, I swear. All right, you're not one of those average salespeople that would do that, right? Identity frame.
So you know that having you on a call is a cheat code.
God, if I was on every call, we'd be doing $100 million a day.
Yeah, so that's my point, right? So you understand that, but how is that possible? Because you built a brand.
It's
like it's so crazy how people
we get close to 40 million views a month on our social media.
It's so crazy how people are not. What I just said is not offensive to anyone. It is so odd. You build a brand and it's easier for you to sell. But yet when I say fix your fucking Instagram so you don't look like a weirdo, so that women actually want to hang out with you, all of a sudden that's crazy. No, Michael, I'm 50 and divorced. I don't do Instagram. I'm not like these young kids. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you can do whatever you want.
do whatever
Enjoy
you
being
want.
alone.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Yeah,
getting.
we're in our mid-40s.
Huh? Yeah,
Look
I'm
at
40.
our brands,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm about to turn 47 in a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
And like this idea, like, listen, gentlemen, if you're out there and you make a bunch of money and then you got out of a relationship and you've been married, just say 10, maybe 15 years. Well, Instagram happened in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
The dating society, the dating environment has had a massive software update called Instagram. If you don't learn, and you don't get it because you're 50, you're not supposed to get it. Nobody taught you to get it.
Yeah.
My job is to teach you to get it.